Okay. Good afternoon, Mayor Barbara Bender. I'm glad you were able to join. See you. Okay, we can get started.
Yeah, unmuted now. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Looks like we have a question. Ms. Wright, do we want to go ahead and see what the question is before we get started?
Absolutely. I'm in the chat right now.
It's the parent. I think they have their hand raised. So there it is, we can allow the parent to talk. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Switzerland. All right. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us, SJHS family, friends, and community partners. This is our Academy Programs and Information webinar. I am Francesca Thompson, the Career Academy Coach for South Gwinnett High School, and I'm joined today by our Academy Lead teachers, one of our school counselors, and the Mayor of Snellville. Today's agenda is about informing you of the amazing opportunities that are happening at South Gwinnett High School. In addition, you will learn how to own your experience as a student and a parent with information provided by our counselor. Last, we will close out with the Mayor of Snellville, Ms. Barbara Bender, connecting what is happening to Snellville with opportunities for our students at South Gwinnett. At the end, there will be a small treat, a resource that will be dropped in the chat of activities and job opportunities for our students. So please make sure you open that today. One of the opportunities is actually due tomorrow. We have informed the students. Some housekeeping tips. This session is being recorded and will be on our YouTube channel. Place your questions in the chat and our lead teacher, Ms. Wright, will get to them. The attendance list is also being recorded, so participants, like my work-based learning students, I got you if you're on here with your actual name or student ID. I love giving you information quickly, so buckle up your seatbelts and get ready to take some notes. What is happening at South Gwinnett? We are going to start today with our Freshman Academy, led by our lead teacher, Miss Carla Jordan.
Good evening, Comet Nation. I am so excited to be here to share with you tonight. My name is Carla Jordan. I am the lead teacher for Star Academy. I've had the pleasure of working with ninth graders for over 24 years, and it is my passion and it is my honor to help students with the transition. The Ninth Grade Academy, again, is to assist our ninth grade students with the experience of coming into 4 years of a journey to hopefully establish options and opportunities. And so we try to provide a foundation of academic skills as well as talent development so they can make informed decisions as they move forward in the high school career. So we talk to our ninth graders about personal branding. When they come into the building, we try to get them to explore their personalities, we get them to explore what they are interested in, what their skills and talents are, trying to do some self-discovery so that we are able to get them to understand that we are trying to help them to come out and to promote their personal brand as they transition into one of our academies. We also try to help them to connect to programs and opportunities. We encourage them to join over the 65 programs that we have on South Gwinnett's campus, whether it's a sport, a club, or organization. We want to also expose them to opportunities to where they get to hear from our business partners. They're able to hear from motivational speakers. So we put on a series of events and activities to where our students can hear from positive community members, as well as alumni from South Gwinnett, or just individuals that they can connect to. So we purposely and intentionally put together programs, assemblies, and exposure opportunities so our ninth graders can have a wide range of chances to really think about where they are and what they want to do with these 4 years at South Gwinnett High School. Coming up in January, we have our annual Career Connections. And so this semester we do the work in making sure that they think about their skills, their talent, their personal branding, so that when January comes, we start to explore a little bit deeper into the career opportunities and lead them to being able to select their career academy as well as potential pathway. So ninth grade is crucial in helping them to discover what is your skill set, what is your talent, what do you do well, and then helping them and guiding them through that process of selecting their academy and the pathways that they'll pursue. So we seek partnerships with our parents, with our communities, to make sure that we're giving them the academic support to establish the foundation of English, math, making sure that they understand about critical thinking, problem solving, being able to apply basic skills that we're training the brain to think. So all of the courses that they take in ninth grade help them on that journey into discovering their academic potential. And on top of that, we try to make sure that we give them those exposure opportunities to engage and connect with their peers and teachers in the community, helping them to develop self-awareness, as well as helping them to build their confidence, which we know is key in allowing them to be able to believe that they can step into some of these opportunities that South Gwinnett has to offer. And finally, we hold them accountable. We want them to understand what self-advocacy is, and we also teach adulting. So we partner with our parents and we promote through our teachers in the classroom to make sure that our students are held accountable for their choices, for their work, for their behaviors, for their attitude. We want to make sure that they are adulting and learning how to shift from that middle school mindset to the high school mindset. And then we promote self-advocacy, helping them to understand that high school is about their experience and what they are able to take advantage of with all the many options and opportunities that we have available at South Gwinnett High School.
Wow, Ms. Jordan, I love it. Adulting, yes, that is definitely a win. Thank you for sharing. Next up, we have our STEAM Academy. Academy lead teacher, Dr. Dugarala.
My name is Dr. Pani Dugirala. I'm a STEAM Academy lead teacher and also robotics coach and physics teacher at South. So as you see, we have a lot of stuff going on at STEAM Academy. Until last year, we called STEM Academy, and this year we extended the opportunities to fine arts as well. So as you see, we have 10 pathways this year. So last year we had 3 pathways from STEM Academy, but now we have 10 because fine arts has 7 new pathways for students. So as you see, computer science, engineering and technology, and cybersecurity, those are all STEM-related pathways. And you see fine arts, piano, dance, orchestra, band, visual arts and theater, and chorus. So also, I just want to talk about what are the opportunities for these students in computer science. So as you see, there are a lot of workshops for students and also teachers. So in coding, game design, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and robotics. And also we have a 20,000 grant for girls who code. We bring guest speakers from industry to talk about computer science and also cybersecurity. And also we offer 2 AP classes in computer science, as you see, AP Computer Science A and AP CS Principles. We have amazing computer science and cybersecurity teachers at South. And also we have a great engineering and technology branch. However, we are under hiring process of the engineering teacher currently. But I'm leading the VEX Robotics club and also STEM club. So we started last year VEX Robotics with 1 team, and we went to several tournaments, and we got several placements. But this year, actually, fortunately, we have another. We have 20 students signed up for VEX Robotics. So we extended this into 3 teams. So we go to state level tournaments and district and state level tournaments, and also STEM fair. We also call science and STEM. We have engineering projects and machine learning projects. Last year, we went to the district and we got 2 placements, 2nd and 3rd. So we run weekly clubs, and also we go to tournaments monthly once. So not last thing, cybersecurity. Let's talk about cybersecurity. So we have intro and advanced classes in cybersecurity. So in intro classes, as you see, students rebuild surplus PCs. So they take the old PCs and just they take the parts and build new PCs. They have free certification tests for students, and also Mr. Smith, is our cybersecurity teacher, runs a club, Cyber Patriot. where they world cyber defense skills. They learn a lot of skills there. They solve problems. Finally, we have cybersecurity lab where students learn networking skills. It's a lot of technology. And also we have wonderful piano, dance, orchestra, band, visual arts and theater, and chorus. Sorry, the chorus is cut off from the slide. So total we have 10 pathways. So that's all about STEAM Academy.
Wow, you have your hands full, Dr. D, but a lot of great things are coming out of the STEAM Academy. Thank you for sharing. So next up, it's time for us to make some healthy choices. What's going on in the Health and Human Service Academy, Dr. Robinson?
Good evening, Comet family. I am so excited to be here this evening to speak with you concerning two initiatives that we have going right now in the HHS Academy. This is my third year as the HHS Alt Academy lead teacher. And every year, this is the third year that we put on the healthcare awareness and college and career fair. I'm actually most excited about this year because this is the first year that the college fair took on a different route in that it's not only a college fair, but it's, there will be technical colleges there. It's going to also be a job fair where there's going to be employers there interviewing on the spot and hiring on the spot for positions within their company, as well as, the traditional college fair. So there's going to be several colleges here. So far, we have about 35, total participants coming to meet our students. So I'm really excited about that. And then there's this whole event is going to be twofold. It's going to take place on November 16th. The healthcare awareness portion is going to be for the for the 9th and 10th graders, whereas the event that I just previously spoke about, the college and career fair, which is going to also be a job fair as well, is going to be for 11th and 12th grade students. But with regard to the healthcare awareness fair, there's going to be a doctor, a dentist, and a nurse practitioner speaking to our 9th and 10th graders about career pathways within the healthcare industry. I generally use that as also as a recruiting tool because at some point this year, the 9th graders are going to be selecting, I believe second semester, they're going to be selecting their pathways. So I want to, kind of really promote healthcare for our 9th graders and to perhaps choose HHS as their pathway. The other thing that we have, the other initiative is pretty new, and that is Project Save, where we are trying. The goal is to get at least 2 teachers or faculty members in each hallway on each floor to become CPR certified and also certified in Stop the Bleed and becoming first responders. So that Project Save initiative is it's actually stemming from the county, where a county nurse will come to our school to train interested staff members and administration on becoming CPR certified and becoming first responders. So that event, like I said, is pretty new. It actually, the date was solidified actually within the past 2 hours, actually. So the date will be October 21st and October 24th for the in-person training. And then there's an online training that would take place prior to the in-person training. And again, a county nurse will come to the school and conduct the training for our staff members.
Wow, Dr. Robinson, I'm excited about especially the health fair now, job fair. I'm just learning that today. That is great news for our students to be able to get hired and employed that day as well. Good job. Next up, well, it's now at your service, Miss Jerry Ann Jacobs with the Public Service Law and Media Academy. You're on mute.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. So I am Jerry Ann Jacobs, the PSLM alt for this school year at South Gwinnett High School. And just to share a little tidbit about our academy. So in our law enforcement, service, and forensic science pathways and our legal service and application pathways, we have roughly almost half of our 400 PSLM scholars enrolled in those two pathways. Then we also have our audio, and then we have our ROTC, and we also have teaching as a profession. Our ROTC started off the year strong. We did a scholarship meeting where we had roughly 21 of our scholars fill out scholarship opportunities, all on site, all in school, all at the same time. So if they had any questions at that given time, they were provided the help needed. Teaching as a profession, we have a new pathway coming called immersion, which is artificial intelligence pathway where there are teaching as a profession, scholars are able to train with this program. We have mock interviews, which actually started today in our public service, criminal justice, and forensic pathways. We had about 15 of our forensic science students interview with our local law enforcement from Snellville. We had Snellville PD, and then we had the schools, a lot of the school resource officers come out and interview a lot of our students. In audio, they actually went to a learning experience yesterday at Morehouse, where they took part in the Morehouse Human Rights Film Festival. And they had a panel discussion that they were able to sit through and gain insight and answers to questions that they had. We have still a lot coming up in PSLM Academy. We have Skills USA that's starting to take off. That is a program that we have here that's new to South this year for our academy, and it's going to be with the public service, audio, forensics, and it's a program that allows our scholars to take part in real life skills, job skills, and life skill opportunities. So I am definitely looking forward to this school year as you're all in everything that's coming up this school year. We will be sending out information, so make sure you guys check your emails because valuable information is on the way.
Thank you, Ms. Jacob. I am excited, especially about the Morehouse opportunity that they took place in yesterday. And then I also saw the good news that you guys got today. I don't know if you mentioned it, the AJC, our teaching as a profession pathway, was highlighted in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So please check that out as well. We got a few questions in the chat. We're going to pause after the Business Academy presents, and then we'll start taking some questions. So up next, this academy is always taking care of business. It is the academy lead teacher is Miss Wright. Miss Wright, what is going on in the Business Entrepreneurship and Hospitality Academy?
Good afternoon. I was about to say good morning. I say good morning all day, but good afternoon, Common family. I am Miss Shaver Wright. You may have heard your scholars call me Miss Always Right. That's what I tell them to call. But I am the academy lead teacher for Bay Academy. This includes the pathways for entrepreneurship, hospitality, and marketing. And we have a good bit of things that are happening within the academy. This school year, I just want to highlight just a couple of things I want you guys to be on the lookout for on this school year, starting with entrepreneurship. So Miss Hash is the teacher who is over all the entrepreneurship classes, and she is doing a phenomenal job. We are about to open up the Comic Corner, which is our school store. That grand opening for the school year is coming up in the next couple of weeks. She is also over FBLA in our FBLA club, will be doing a fall leadership conference. They will also be doing a marketing day with the Atlanta Hawks. They will be touring Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm also going to the University of West Georgia. So we're super excited about that. Next, going to our culinary arts program, which is probably one of the most popular programs in South because everybody thinks they can cook. But our scholars have literally shown that they are master chefs time and time again. So Miss Best and Mr. Irvin are the teachers over the culinary arts. Super excited because last year we had 52 national scholars get national certification in culinary arts. Also had 22 scholars who received the Serve Safe manager certification, which is like an industry standard. So it was fantastic to see those scholars move forward, and they are ready for a career if that is they decide that that's their next evolution after high school. We also just recently, Miss Bess and Mr. Irvin did a soft launch of the Comet Bistro. I think all teachers are super excited about the coming of Comet Bistro. If you have ever been to South, they have catered a lot of the events, the DECA installation last year, the most recent teacher of the year. Then they do a fantastic job in not only what they're cooking, but also in their customer service. So huge shout out to Miss Bess. I don't know if she's on, but fantastic job. With that, they're also going to be traveling to South Italy on this school year. When I saw that, I was like, can I please be a chaperone? I want to go. So I'm sure you all will get more information about that forthcoming. Lastly is our marketing program, which is you probably heard the 3DE program. Super excited. Our scholars work with Delta, Spanx, Georgia Power, Randstad, a slew of companies, and they work as consultants for these companies. They do this their 9th through 12th grade year, and we're excited because this year we will have our first graduating class from the 3DE program at South. And so they are gearing up. We are doing college visits and industry visits, and they are working us the most right now, but we're excited about that first class. And so you will be seeing a lot more information coming forthcoming for that. The biggest initiative, which is my personal initiative for this year, is the Bay Business Expo, where we bring all 3 pathways together. You will see this forthcoming in the spring, and you will be able to partner as stakeholders in the community, partner with them to help them get their business off the ground, and it's just be kind of like a soft launch. We want to make sure our scholars are graduating and having that opportunity to be entrepreneurs and seeing what it's like and being able to manage their finances and making sure they're putting forth a great product and a great service. And so Bay Business Expo will be the first annual one. It will be coming this way this year. We're super, super, super excited. But that is what's happening in Bay. Bay is always on display. We are always doing something. We are always going somewhere. So I'm super excited about the vision that Dr. Lawal has set for the Academy. We are following up with Mr. Jordan, our principal. It's all about exposure. So we're trying to expose them to every industry, give them every opportunity. Ms. Thompson is really doing a fantastic job with helping making sure our scholars who are career ready have those options. And so you'll see a lot coming from me. I'm getting my email skills together to make sure that all of my links are working. So those of you who got my link that didn't work, thank you for bearing with me and giving me feedback. But I will make sure you guys are abreast on every single opportunity that you are able to come and support your scholars who are within Bay Academy. So if you have any questions, just put them in the chat and I will try to answer them as best I can.
You guys are definitely taking care of business. I can't wait to eat though. Please make sure you invite me. Yes. So we're gonna pause for a second. There's a few questions in the chat. Do you see those, Ms. Wright? What do we have?
I do. Okay, so first question is for Ms. Jacobs. One of our parents wanted to see if you could elaborate on the AI component and how it relates to teaching.
So Immersion for the teaching profession pathway is a platform that uses experimental situations for essential workplace skills. So they basically bring together the AI, the artificial intelligence, and then the live human interaction. It's a virtual reality training for teachers that could better prepare our future educators for many different type of situations. So that is, and it's going to launch sometime this semester. And Ms. Durham, our teaching as a profession lead teacher, she's the one that's going to execute that with our scholars. So as we start to prepare for it and as more information come about on it, we will provide all the information to parents and to the students that are in that pathway.
That's very good news. That's the direction that we're going in as teachers. So I'm excited to see that, and I can't wait for our students to get those opportunities. What other questions do we have?
Two more questions. One says, where can I find more information about the Morehouse Initiative?
So Ms. Dean, she is our lead teacher that is over the audio and technology part of our pathway. And you can find a lot of the information on her eClass page and also on our PSLM eClass page on our website.
And we post a lot on social media. So I know we have not posted that just yet, but please stay tuned. Make sure you're following us. We post on our Facebook, our Twitter page, and we actually utilize LinkedIn. So if you're connected to any of those, please follow South Gwinnett. You'll get a lot of information. Sometimes we actually go live with some of the student experiences, so you can join in as we're doing it. Just stay connected. Let's take one more, and then we're going to take the rest of them after Ms. Fletcher and Mayor Barbara Bender.
Okay, next
the
question.
Third question is related to, sorry, Ms. Wright.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so it's related to high engineering internships and co-op opportunities. Honestly, this is my first year, but I can say something about this. We have some internship opportunities at our school. Once we had an engineering teacher, why not? We can definitely create that opportunity for students to make internships in engineering class. Are there any local businesses that have supported the engineering programs in the past? Ms. Thompson, maybe you can answer this question if you have any ideas what organizations supported our engineering programs in the past.
What was the question?
So are there local businesses that have supported the
Yeah,
program?
so when it comes to internships and job opportunities, parents, we have called a career builder website where local companies will send me information and I post those job opportunities for our students. They all have access to this. This has been emailed, this has been advertised. So if they need to come and talk to me to get access, if they join this Google Classroom, I put scholarship information on there, internships, and I try to cover all of our pathways. So please make sure we have a few job opportunities right now. Local companies are contacting us constantly about opportunities. We just had an opportunity with the University of Georgia, their LEAD program that was posted for at least 3 weeks. So definitely have our scholars tap into that career builder site so that they can see in any time, if they join that classroom. I think this is how Google Classroom works. Y'all might need to help me, but it gives them notification that I've added something, right? Okay, yes. So we love our community support. They definitely are giving our students the opportunity. Great questions, guys. We're going to get back to the rest of them in just a second. We have now going to switch gears a little bit, and we are going to have Ms. Fletcher come on and give us some tips on how we can go through this academic journey.
Good evening, parents and guardians. So glad that you all are able to partner with us this evening. I want to just go over a few things, what we call best practices. Because, you know, when you're planning for success, that's the key. You got to put some things in place so that you begin with that end in mind, and everything in between is going to help you to reach that goal that you have set forth. So your scholars, even though they're in high school, they still need you. So it's as easy as ABC, because when you plan for success, you're just giving yourself permission to say, I can and I will. So the first A is attendance. We need for you to make certain that your scholars have a bedtime that's going to give them at least 8, we prefer more hours, but at least a minimum of 8 hours each night of quality, that's the key word, quality sleep. Because if they're taking those devices in there with them, or they have the phone or the internet, those things are going to be distractions. And if you read any sleep studies, they tell you you need a dark room and you need no noise and at least an hour before it's time for you to wind down. So if we can put these practices into place and make certain that they are counting back, because I don't know what time, if they're on the bus or if they're driving or if you're dropping them off, that they're going to have at least 8 hours of sleep, and they're going to arrive here in between 6:50 and 7 a.m. because school starts promptly at 7:03. So hopefully if they're being dropped off by 7, they only have 3 minutes to get the class to be on time, because we want anyone with a tardy slip or having to, you know, have any type of consequences for not arriving on time. So 7:03. The next thing I'd like for you to take the calendar and review it. It has all the days that we're going to be in session and out of session, even our digital learning days, because they're still required to complete those assignments on those days as well. But it gives you a little bit more flexibility and scheduling, you know, if you have an appointment for them, because it is synchronous. It's not, they can do it on their, it's asynchronous, where they are able to work outside of a set time and place. Okay, so the calendar, we have this information for you at the end. It's going to be larger than the one that you see there on your screen, but please review those. The next one is B, behavior. What we want to do is to instill, I love the term that Ms. Jordan mentioned, adulting. We want to prepare them. I tell my scholars all the time, if longevity is on your side, you may live to be 100, so we're preparing for 80 plus years to come. So we need to make everything that we do relevant. And I just took, this is, even though it's 2016, but this is on the current Georgia Department of Corrections website, where if you see there, it's bold, what you need, what the expectations are as far as their appearance and their dress. And it applies to all the employees, whether they're uniformed or not. And what really caught my eye, it says, even though you are non-uniform, you should not dress in a manner deemed to be excessively casual, overly provocative, or revealing. So what we're trying to do each and every day is to instill in them what's to come, you know, those employability skills, because it's one thing to get that job, but it's a whole nother thing to maintain it. And we want for them to have successful careers from start to finish. Please also note, you know, you can review with them company policies regarding cell phones, because there's some companies where you cannot even have your cell phone visible. So we need you to continue to partner with us, and please instill in them that it's not anything punitive, but we are certainly trying to set them up for success. And you can refer to our student handbook, and it will assist you in some other areas regarding our dress as well. Okay, and lastly, we have our C, and that is course performance. Set aside at minimum 1 day each week where you can have the portal open, or you can just ask them to log on to theirs. Preferably, I like you to have your own login, because it gives you that bird's eye view. You know, you could just kind of check in with them just for confirmation, because oftentimes they'll tell you, yes, I'm good, or I have it done, this, that, and the other. But, I abide by the words of my former assistant principal, and he always said, you have to inspect what you expect. And so sometimes as parents, we think that because they're in high school, that they have it all together. Yes, this is true, but sometimes it's good for you to also engage with them and to show that, you are supporting them in any manner as it relates to school, okay? So if you don't already have access to the portal, you'll have some information at the end that tells you how to gain that access. And if by chance your scholar has had a hiccup, we want for you to also to be aware of ways in which they can recover that credit, because our goal is for us to have at least 90%, graduating every year. We want that to go up. We have the end in mind where we're working towards 100%. So this is also going to be listed at the end so that you will be able to read it. As far as, I just want to quickly highlight, we have Gwinnett online, and there's some criteria there. We like for them to have a placeholder if they ended with a certain final grade, as well as Georgia Virtual. The app Promise, that's tuition based, and that's after school, very convenient. It's going to be offered each month, and they can take up to 2 courses, and that's $50 per course. So once a month starting.
Oh, okay, was that just her? Did Miss Fletcher just lose, or did we all lose?
No, we're still here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well, we're gonna keep going, and maybe she can chime back in. And she was going, y'all. My goodness, I was learning some stuff. I was just about to ask her about tutor.com. Did y'all know about tutor.com? I think, and for parents, if you don't know what tutor.com is, it is a free resource that our kids can use, that as long as they use, I think, their student ID, they can get online and get access to a tutor. So I actually logged in with my child to see if it actually worked. And when we logged in, there was actually another person on the other end of that ready to answer our questions. So please tap into tutor.com as well. We're going to go to Mayor Barbara Bender. She's going to give us some updates on the city of Snellville, where everybody is proud to be somebody. Thank you for joining us tonight, Mayor Bender. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we're excited that you're here. I'm about to pin you. Okay, so I have a few questions for you. There has been a lot of growth and development in the city. Tell us about some of the big industries.
Well, I think, of course, Snellville is very heavily retail. So plenty of opportunities in retail. And we've had some great new restaurants that have just opened. Up 124, we had Miller's Ale House that opened, and City Barbecue opened right after that. Whataburger is coming on strong, so they will be opening here shortly. We've also had the Hampton Inn Hotel that opened probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that you've got the hospitality academy. So that might be a great opportunity there for the students to go down and either volunteer or shadow some of the people there at the hotel. So I would, most of our industries, I would say, are more entrepreneurial based. In the library, which I think we'll talk about here in a minute, on the second floor of that, there's Thrive Co-working. So a lot of different small type businesses will be moving in there and working out of that space. So really looking forward to seeing what develops in our downtown. I don't know, other than, well, of course, we have healthcare is a huge thriving industry in Snellville between Piedmont Eastside Hospital and then Northside's new outpatient surgery building is opening next week.
Oh,
so that will
wow.
have outpatient surgery center as well as doctor's offices and different screenings and scanning opportunities there.
Well, I'm definitely excited about the hospital and just everything. And I didn't even know about the Thrive co-working space. That's good to know as well.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the new library that is opening up. That's great news for us because that library is in walking distance to the school. So what are some opportunities coming out of that?
It absolutely is within walking distance. And I tell you, the ribbon cutting was yesterday. Well, it was Monday. What is today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the ribbon cutting happened on Monday. It was open to the public actually quietly last week. So it's been open for a week now, but the facility, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful inside. It's going to be a great location for students to come and study. They have several group study rooms that they can use. There's also a teen room in there for middle schoolers to high schoolers. They've got all sorts of gaming equipment in there, and just a really cool place to go hang out. Another feature I wanted to make sure that you knew about is there's a podcast and a green room there. And all of these services are free of charge.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have students that are interested in doing podcasting or doing videos, I know, being an influencer now is all the rage. They can go in and use this soundproof room, and there's some equipment already in there and provided. And I believe all they need to do is go in and reserve the room for when they want to use it. There's also a maker's space in there for people that want to go in and, learn different skills or work on different skills. There's a 3D printer that's available for use. And you were talking about tutoring through the library. All you need is your library card, and they have a tutoring service. I believe it's also through tutor.com.
Yes.
But there's, opportunities for tutoring. And then of course the librarians are all very, very helpful and have a lot of knowledge in helping find the resource that someone might be looking for. And then I did just see an email came across that on October the 8th, there will be, the library will be having an open house. And from 12 to 3 o'clock on that day, they'll be doing different learning labs and demonstrations and letting people know what's available, what all services are available. If someone hasn't looked into Gwinnett County's library system, I would encourage you to go to the website at GwinnettPL for publiclibrary.org. So it's GwinnettPL.org, and just scroll down all of the different resources that are available. It really is phenomenal what's available for a library card here in the
Definitely
county.
more than books now. I love
Yes.
those learning labs. I actually had my kid, we went and learned how to do the green screen, and they taught her how to sew. It was just like, I was like, is this free? And all of it is free.
All of
So
it is
with
free,
that
yeah.
being so close to the school, we have to tap into that resource.
Absolutely. So again, that date was October the 8th from 12 to 3
Okay,
for the
perfect.
open house. And they'll be doing, again, more demos and things like that about what's available.
We'll definitely advertise that at South Gwinnett. So my last question for you today is, there's so much going on in Snellville. What are some volunteer opportunities that our students can participate in? They're always looking for community service hours.
I tell you, one of the biggest needs that we have are for volunteers at our events. Kelly McAloon is always looking for volunteers. So, and on those events, you can come over, you can help with setup, or you could just help with cleanup, or you could just come in and help during the event. However many hours you have, or you can be there from start to finish. You can get your community service hours there, and we are just always in desperate need of volunteers. So you can sign up online. And, it's not it's not a huge commitment. You can sign up for one event or you could sign up for multiple events, but just any help would be greatly appreciated. So that's a big one. Also with volunteer opportunities right outside of Snellville and Grayson, you have the Southeast Food Co-op that can always use volunteers there for sorting food or stocking the shelves or helping assist people. So they're always looking for volunteers as well. And I can't rattle off a bunch right off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot of different volunteer activities here.
Well, that's been very helpful, and I'm going to get connected with the website and add those opportunities to our Career Builder site so that our
Yes.
students can see when and where they can volunteer. Thank you so much for coming and sharing today. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Well, just I would like to talk about, have you all talked a little bit about the new transit opportunities here in the city?
No.
So Gwinnett County has several years ago, they ran a pilot program for microtransit buses here in the city. And it was very well received. And that pilot program went away. Well, it is back for good. It started on August the 28th. It's if you just Google Ride Gwinnett, there's an app that you can download to your phone. So, and you can link that to a credit or debit card, or you could pay in exact change when you got on the bus. I believe it's $3 to be able to use it, but it's very similar to Uber, but instead of it being an individual car and an individual ride, it's a small bus. So there may be several pickups. You know, if they come and pick you up, you might have a couple other people that they're picking up or delivering along your route. But on the Ride Gwinnett website, you can see the Snellville service area. There is a particular service area, but it will go from South Gwinnett High School. You could take it up to the shops at WebGen.
Wow.
You can take it all around the area of Snellville. So if students need to get from after school to, a job that they want to do, or a volunteer opportunity, or, wherever they need to go, the microtransit option is back.
Okay, we have to get that information posted.
Yes.
So I am going to go to your website also and get that. That's something we can advertise throughout the school, because we have our work-based learning students and then students who do stay after school. So that is definitely going to be a good resource for them to use.
If a parent's running late and can't pick their child up, depending, again, it'll depend on the service area, and that map is online at Ride Gwinnett. But if you Google either Gwinnett County Transit or Ride Gwinnett, it will take you to the website. You can find the app that you download to be able to use the microtransit buses. But I think that's a great opportunity for the students, the teachers, parents, anybody in the Snellville area.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Miss Wright, what questions do we have?
Okay, so we have one of our stakeholders who would like to know, how could a business become a community partner to provide the real world case studies or learning opportunities for our students? So I didn't want to just rattle off your information, but
you will contact me, and I did not put my email on this slide. Darn it. But yes, please contact me and I will get your information. We have our advisory board meeting coming up. I think that's October the 10th. Is that right, lady? No, 11th. And so we invite anyone who wants to become a partner with us to be at that advisory board meeting. They've been virtual for years since COVID. And now this year we're going to have it back in person at South. So please, I'm on the website, send me an email or just call the school and I will get your information and send you the invite.
Maybe you can put it in the chat, Ms. Wright. You can type it in the chat for those parents and guardians that are on that need to grab it from the chat.
Okay.
Yes. And I'll definitely get that in the chat.
Okay, we do have a couple of parents who are asking for the Google Classroom link for the Career Builder.
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible to put that in the chat as well? I don't have access to that.
So the students are the only ones that can access that because it has to be their SGHS email. But what I will do is we have a list of the participants here, and I'll send a follow-up email tomorrow with that information. And so you will only be able to view it through your student's Google account. So parents can't join that classroom, but you can see it from your student's account. So we'll email our parents with that information as well. And then you can see what jobs are posted. If you have some jobs that you want us to post, please send those as well, and we'll post those.
Awesome. We do have another parent. I think Ms. Bess is on. If Ms. Bess, if you're available to answer this question, they're asking how often does the culinary club meet? Ms. Thompson, I'm not sure if you have the answer to that.
I think I saw her. Let me
Ms.
promote
Bess,
her
if you
to
can hear us and if you're
panelist.
available, could you let us know how often the culinary club meets?
Okay, Ms. Bess, you're promoted to a panelist. She's probably like, "Are you serious?"
Right.
Yes.
We'll try to get that back to you.
There you are, Miss Bess. Are you able to answer that question?
I'm able to answer that question.
Okay.
Awesome.
We are meeting next Tuesday. We meet once a month, but throughout the month, I send them reminders and we get together for different ProStart projects. But we have one big meeting once a month, and our next meeting is September 26th.
Thank you. Awesome. And then we do have one more question, then a hand is raised. The question is there any way for homeschool scholars within this zone to participate?
Participate in just in our activities that we have at
Yes.
South Gwinnett? So Ms. Fletcher, can you answer that question?
I will have to get a definitive on that. With me being newly returning, I would not want to give information that may not be the most current information.
Okay. We'll have to get back on that. I know a lot of what we post is public information. We post it on our social media, and those opportunities aren't just South Gwinnett students. So like some of the job that will be in the document that Ms. Wright is going to share, that's open to other students as well. So if it says South Gwinnett student only, then you'll know. But for the most part, if you follow us and we are posting stuff, you can definitely check it out for yourself. Anything else?
One more, what opportunities exist for students in healthcare track? Examples would be like shadow experiences within healthcare facilities. Are they able to do that?
Our teacher, Miss Lewis, has established a relationship with Piedmont, and we will have some of our scholars participating there. And I am hoping, I'm going to be working with the new hospital to have our students at least job shadowing. And hopefully we'll get some summer experiences as well for them to work at the hospital or volunteer. So we have some things coming up. Most importantly, have them be at that health fair that Dr. Robinson has coming up, where they're going to actually be employers they're hiring. And even if they're ninth graders and they're not looking for a job, I sent my little ninth grader on over to her school, and she she can't work right now, but I wanted her to go out there and network. I wanted her to get out there and talk to people and have her little resume that doesn't have barely anything on it. But I just wanted to get her in that space and know and develop those skills. So push those scholars.
And we do have a hand. He has been waiting patiently for a while.
And I'm gonna try to figure out this hand thing. So,
And I think that's Mr. D.A. Williams. He's the president of our
okay,
PTA.
Mr. Williams, I have you you're able to talk. Ask to unmute. You can unmute and ask your question.
Great day, everyone. No question here, just a comment to everyone here.
Can y'all hear him? You probably got to pull, can you do your volume up some? Increase your volume?
How about now? Is that better?
Yes.
Awesome. Of course, this is Mr. D.A. Williams here. I'm with the Parent Teacher Student Organization. I just wanted to say this, that it's rewarding to see our partnership with Mayor Bender, our city, and our school flourish. It's also rewarding to see the results that our academy team is delivering here. Everything that we heard here tonight was just spectacular. So I'm really appreciative of the leadership demonstrated here and appreciate seeing the commitment to deepen the positive impact that we're having on our students. So great job. All right, back to you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. And we're good on the questions, or we got more?
One more asking, where can we find information regarding HOSA?
Ms. Jordan, where is that information located?
Students have access to information to contact the individual sponsors. It's located on our scrolling eClass announcements. It has the name of the sponsors as well as their email and their room number, so they can always find that out. We had our club fair at the beginning of the year, but we always want to encourage the students that, if they talk to somebody, find somebody who's in a club organization, you have to self-advocate, send that email, follow up visiting to the classroom if that is something that you're interested in, and definitely get connected. That's truly, truly important.
Thank you.
That would be Miss Lewis.
Okay, Quenisha Lewis is the teacher for HOSA.
They can access her information if they go to the scrolling announcements. And
Okay.
I believe, I know she's on the first floor in D building, and she's usually outside her classroom most of the, during the transitions.
Mm-hmm.
And then last question, are there any networking opportunities for cybersecurity?
Yeah, I can speak for that. Yes, Mr. Kevin Smith, I can put his email address in the chat. So he has cybersecurity lab, so where students can go and learn some networking skills. So if you can just contact Mr. Smith, he can give you more information on that.
And on that note, I got notification today. Can I get a drum roll? Our cybersecurity and our computer science kids will have the opportunity to go to Google. So we are excited about that. We will be traveling there during Computer Science Week. I will be sending more information about that. So this year, last semester, we went to Microsoft, and that was amazing. And that opportunity will come back again. But now Google has opened up the doors, and we'll be taking a few of our scholars there to participate in that. So stay tuned. I think we're good, right, on the questions, or we got some more?
Yep, that's all for right now.
All right, well, thank you. On behalf of our amazing principal, Mr. Rodney Jordan, our CTE department, our assistant principals, academy lead teachers, our counselors, the city of Snellville, Mayor Barbara Bender, just everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please definitely keep up with us on social media. Stay tuned to what is happening at South Gwinnett. You have heard some amazing things that are going on at this school and in this city. And I'm going to take Ms. Wright's phrase, go and tell that. All right. Ms. Wright, you can go ahead and drop that exit goodie in the chat. Please read it. There is an opportunity for the kids to apply for tonight. with Georgia Power. We've been advertising it for the last 2 weeks, and I just want to make sure the parents see that, just in case your kid is interested. Our principal will say, we are South. We are on task, on time, on track, and on top. So I don't know about you guys, but I gotta go eat dinner. Good night, everyone. Thank you again. Have a good evening.
I just want to make certain that parent that had or guardian that has a question about the homeschool being able to participate, if we have their information, so that I can follow up with them as well.
Okay, do we know which parent that was?